What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Today, this video is all about the 5 things I love about bass fishing. Let's go. The first thing that I love about bass fishing is this beautiful scenery behind me. Now, I wish I did have a line in the water. I do got the rods in the truck. I probably will end up throwing a line in the water, but if I did have a line in the water, no matter if I'm on a lake, a creek, a river, the dam, it doesn't matter. My head is going to be on a swivel because I'm going to be absorbing Mother Nature. Mother Nature is beautiful, but don't take my word for it. Just check it out. So that's number 1 reason on why I love bass fishing. Let's hop into number 2. Number 2, bass fishing is definitely a challenge. Now, I mean, all fishing is a challenge because at the end of the day, you might not catch anything. But bass are very smart. They're very smart and elusive. They are very picky at what they eat, when they eat, and how they eat it. Sometimes, especially during the spawn season, you can actually see the fish. And what they will do pre-spawn is they will actually fill up just like a bear does before it hibernates. Pre-spawn bass will fill up, so that's going to be probably around about the easiest time for you to catch quality and quantity bass. But once they're posted up on the bed, they're not going to eat anything. What they're going to want to do is, if anything comes swimming by, as far as any type of bait fish, they're going to want to either try to bite it by its tail just to scare it off. If a worm or a crawfish falls on the bed, they're just going to pick it up and drop it off somewhere. They're going to be very, very picky, and most of the time probably not going to eat anything. But if you agitate it long enough, the bass will actually put the whole bait in his mouth, and that's when you can set the hook. Or if you're lucky, you get a big bass that's not even going to play around with the bait, it's just going to chunk it on in and choke it. But for me, bass fishing, it's not hard, it's not easy, but I'm going to catch something at the end of the day. Now, I might not be catching tournament-sized fish, but I'm catching bass. And at the end of the day, if I don't catch bass, just like the first thing I love, I can enjoy this beautiful scenery. Now, number 3 reason why I love to bass fish is the different action strikes I get from the type of bait I use. Now, if I'm jigging, bigger fish, basically on any bait, is just going to choke it. Bigger fish just going to choke it, they're not even going to play with it. But the smaller fish, especially if you're jigging, you're just going to feel that thump, 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 thump. Those thumps don't necessarily mean that the fish has it in his mouth. You can set that hook premature on a crawfish, and when you pull that crawfish bait back up, it'll be missing a claw or 2. Now, that's usually sometimes how bass eat crawfish. They'll rip the legs off and then they'll swallow it whole. But now, if you're using a spinner bait, a shaky head, a crankbait, or what have you, any type of swim bait, those fish are, once they hit it, sometimes they may grab the tail depending on what you got on the end, but sometimes those fish would actually set the hook on themselves. Sometimes they'll just go in, choke it, and before you know it, your rod is being bent, and then you're setting the hook even deeper. So that's another action that I love with those different type of baits. Now, my favorite type of action to see is actually the top water baits. Now, top water baits, to me, are the most fun and the most exciting thing to see when bass fishing, because you actually see the bait, you actually see how it's moving, and you can see when that bass strikes. And when that bass strikes and you see it break the water and your bait disappear, it's on then. But the different type of baits I can use to trigger a different action from these bass is an amazing feeling. So that's number 3 on why I love bass fishing. I said to find a love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. The number 4 reason on why I love bass fishing is because it's obvious. I'm passionate about what I do. I love bass fishing. If I'm not bass fishing, if I'm working somewhere, I'm watching other people bass fish on YouTube. So if I'm watching them, I'm also going to be thinking about fishing, and I'm going to be wishing I was out there fishing. So if I can't get out there at that exact moment, I'm definitely going to get out there sometime later on in the day to put a line in the water. You know, for me, fishing, bass fishing in general, it's not just an activity or a sport for me. This is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that I love. I said to find a love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. All right, the 5th reason on why I love to bass fish is because it's so therapeutic. I mean, when I'm out here, I got a line in the water, it's just me and the reel, and I'm just reeling in and casting, reeling in and casting. I'm also observing and absorbing Mother Nature. I'm absorbing its positive energy so that when I get off the water, I can take that energy back home or back to work or wherever I'm going where I can't fish. It also relieves stress. If you got a long day at work, you know, troubles at home, just go outside, grab your rod, your reel, and head to your local water hole. Because believe me, once you're out here, you're not going to be thinking about anything else but fishing and getting positive energy. Lay down, brother. Lay down. My 6th reason, which is a bonus reason on why I love to bass fish, is because I do it for you all. You know, I used to come out here by myself and just let go, which I still do, but I'm bringing you all along. I'm sharing my experience with you all. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know what you all think. Everybody else, like, share, comment. Let me know what you all think. And go fishing. Go fishing. Go fishing. Go fishing. I came back to